Is there such thing as a soulmate? You know, it's so funny. I had a girl client a couple of months ago and she had texted me and she's like, Con, is there such thing as a soulmate? And I gave her this long text. And so in this video, I'm kind of going to just share like a quick snap of what that text looked like. So what's a soulmate? You know, sometimes, well, actually a friend of mine, Chrissy, used to say this all the time. I'm looking for my soulmate. I'm looking for my soulmate. And I'd always roll my eyes when she would say that. And she would always laugh because she always knew how I felt about the subject, but it was like a running joke between us. So a soulmate, it's not like you have one soulmate in life. You have many soulmates that are going to be here and that are going to be a part of your life. And a soulmate is someone in your life, a person that affects your life in some way. So that person affects your life in some way that you actually learn from that person. So let's say you date a guy and he's actually not a nice guy at all. So you date a guy, you're really into him, but you discover that he's kind of a jerk and he's kind of mean to you. So because you date this guy who's kind of mean to you, it makes you realize that this is not the ideal guy for you. And so it takes some time, and maybe you don't really want to break up with them right away, but there are things that happen within the relationship that make it really clear that this guy is not for you. But it takes some confidence to get there. It takes some clarity to get there. It takes some being clear about what you want and what you deserve to get to that decision. And sometimes that could be a couple of weeks, could be a couple of months, and for some people, it could be a couple of years, and that's okay. So when you get to the point where you discover that someone is not right for you and you decide to break up with them, that person in essence also was your soulmate, because that person was put in your life to teach you what you really deserve. And sometimes it's not until you're in a relationship with someone who didn't treat you right that you take a step back and you say, hey, wait a second, something's going on here, because this is not how I want to be treated. And this is not what I want for my life. And this is not what I want for a relationship. And so to find the confidence to then leave that relationship was something that you needed to learn, or that you did learn, that will actually help you in your future relationships. So in essence, was that guy a soulmate? Hell yeah, because he's contributing to your overall life experience and your overall confidence level and your overall understanding of your own self-worth. So that's a type of soulmate. Then when you meet a guy, and let's say he's like the perfect partner and he's amazing and you guys get along and you guys are, you support each other. Is that a soulmate? Yeah, that's a soulmate too. But there are many different soulmates, and soulmates is really just someone who's put in your life that contributes to your life in a way that affects your overall growth. And so in essence, it could be a parent too. A parent, if you have, let's say, a parent that doesn't believe in you and a parent that doesn't support you, and you could say, wow, that's really crappy that my parents don't support me or my parent doesn't support me. But instead, I want you to look at it like, wow, because my parent doesn't support me, I have to learn how to believe in myself without my parents' approval. And guess what? Learning that is a game changer, but you wouldn't have learned that if your parents did support you. See what I'm saying? So whatever you're experiencing in life and however anyone's treating you or what you're learning, well, it's really about what you're learning. So for example, and I had another girl in another similar situation where her dad was an alcoholic. And, she would be upset by this. And I would explain to her, Dad drinks because for whatever reason, Dad doesn't feel good. And because Dad found something that temporarily, an alcohol, makes him feel good, how do we begrudge him for finding something that temporarily makes him feel good? Now, is that the ideal? Do we want that to be Dad's solution to feel good? Of course not. But can we judge him for the fact that he found something that temporarily makes him feel good? Absolutely not. So Dad's drinking is not because he's a bad person. It's not because he's a jerk. It's just because Dad doesn't know how to feel better and he found something that temporarily does. So instead of being judgy or being mad or being angry, see your dad for who he is, a loving human being that just found something that can make himself feel better in a short term. And until he finds a long term, which is what we really want for Dad, we shouldn't be angry at him. We should instead love him from afar and appreciate the fact that he's doing the best that he can. So is Dad in essence a soulmate? Yes, because Dad being an alcoholic taught us, or taught this young girl, how to be more understanding and to not be in such judgment of other people, and to understand everyone's doing the best that they can. And sometimes the best that someone's doing is not the best that you would do, but for them it is. And so it's about appreciating them anyway. So soulmates, or anyone in our lives that affect us in a way that ultimately develop who we become and who we are becoming. And that in essence is a soulmate. So there are so many soulmates, and basically they affect us in all different ways. In terms of love, yes, same thing, many soulmates. So anyone who has affected you in any way and has contributed to your overall growth is a soulmate. But do you need a soulmate? Are you looking for soulmates? No, no, no. You're looking to be happy. You're looking to appreciate the people around you. That's the best soulmates you got.